The message is very, very clear. What have you been up to? What have you been up to? Because whatever you've been doing, it's beyond anything that you've done before. And 555 is the number of, I'm not just hearing the day, this is the number of this next, I'm seeing 365-day cycle for you. So there's something around in this next year, you have now opened up a portal through some kind of action that you've taken into a new timeline of experiences. It's literally an ecosystem filled with people, opportunities, and events that have been awaiting you to take this action. And now that you have, okay, and I'm hearing the embodiment in how you've aligned yourself in the physical, you're now eligible for this next, I'm hearing upgrade, okay, really is an upgrade. In order to do things that you haven't done before and go places that you haven't gone before, you have to be willing to take action that has been previously, I don't want to say neglected, but yeah, has previously not been taken. And we have 555 change, right? So we're really going to get into this. First of all, we're going to talk about how you found yourself here, and we're going to decode this collectively. But I do want to open up, okay, first of all, with 555. So change happens outside of your comfort zone. The time for change is now. The angels are whispering for you to trust your path and learn how to walk it. This is being activated, I'm hearing, because of the eclipses. Take the next step. Allow change to lift you up and guide you forward. I release all that no longer serves me. And I feel like this is in action, okay? And I'm guided to move outside of my comfort zone and let change in. So not only is there a change in your reality, okay, I can, again, I'm hearing a change when it comes to the selection of timelines that's now available to you. And I'm seeing something at your fingertips right now, but it's because you have changed. Reality is now reconfiguring itself to correspond with the internal transformation that you've undergone. And now you're witnessing reality catch up and download new tangible, I'm hearing outlets into your third dimensional experience, okay? So there could be somewhere that you're channeling this energy or that you're being guided to specifically. Anyway, guys, I'm going to open up with, before we get into it, there's so many channel messages. I have so many messages, right, to relay to you, but we're going to have to try to do this in order. So I've had to structure this in a very particular way. However, I do want to open up with the eclipse energy with Otter Spirit, okay, because this is a new collection that's come out. And the reason I'm sharing this in this particular date is due to the energy being activated for each one of these gemstones, okay? So first of all, we have citrine. Citrine is an abundant stone. This is abundant energy being unlocked, I'm hearing, within you. So there's, I see like an abundance code that somebody's unlocked. So let me go ahead and show you citrine. Citrine is yellow, right? It's also linked to the solar plexus. So this is a beautiful small family-owned business that handcraft these beautiful AAA grade jewelries. Each one of these gemstones that you purchase have $1 of the proceeds donated towards otter sanctuaries. But anyway, the message for this is everything I need to be successful is within me. This is something that I'm hearing you've returned back to. It's something that you've remembered, okay? And the intention is about prosperity. This is something that's being unlocked in your life. I was literally seeing the Empress, and here she is, right? Seated on her throne. And there's something new that you're carrying within you. It could be the concept of an idea, an enterprise, something that is, I'm hearing, going to grow and have very tangible results for you, okay? But this is internal growth that you've gone through first and foremost. Before that is then, I'm hearing, birthed into your external reality. So it feels like you're birthing literally a new realm into being. I'm seeing like a new dimension. It's like I'm just seeing you being birthed into a new dimension. So it's almost like you've been birthed into a new frequency, and that's leading you to be in resonance with, again, a new selection of experiences. Anyway, the intention is prosperity. Zodiac signs that this is linked to is Aries. So this is about you being a go-getter. Leo, right, really being led by the heart during this time in ways that the mind may not be able to fully understand. Gemini and Libra. So you have that air essence, right? So the chakras is also the solar plexus, the root, and the sacral. So this is you moving actually in the third dimensional realm, because these are the three lower Dantian centers, which is linked to this specific matrix, right? The specific universe that you're navigating right now. And your soul navigating this matrix is feeling grounded, is feeling secure, is feeling like, I'm hearing, every step you're taking during this time is with intention. Okay, so that's citrine. Second one we have is black
tourmaline. So black tourmaline is I am safe and I'm protected, right? What did we just say? So this is, again, such a beautiful gemstone, but let's talk about the energy, right? I'm safe and protected. The intention is protection, and your awareness is your protection in regards to, I'm hearing, being aware that Pachamama, right, Mother Earth, has everything available for you. And if you think about even Pachamama, there are certain things like pacarinas, which is like an origin point of water, especially from where we are right now, right? This origin point of water actually opens up, I'm hearing, this wellspring of not just knowledge that you're eternally connected to, but also this cleansing energy that's being, I'm hearing, bleeding into your field right now. So there could have been a lot of clearing that you've been doing, but the zodiac signs that this is connected to is Scorpio, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Libra. So that could be significant for you. And this is connected to the root chakra. So the root chakra in its highest octave is about feeling grounded, is about feeling safe and secure in this vessel, right? Your timeless conscious navigating life on Earth, utilizing this carbon-based life form. So this is black tourmaline. Again, a protection stone. The black kind of absorbs a lot of energy as well. Okay, and then the last one is amethyst, right? So this is so the theme, especially for eclipse season. Again, this is a very specific chakra collection made for this this eclipse that we have, right? Upcoming. So this corn eclipse. So I am letting go of fear and embracing peace. That's what amethyst is. It's a healing stone. The intention is intuition as well as balance. And the zodiac signs is Aquarius, Pisces, Capricorn, Aries. It connects you to the third eye and also the crown. So again, unlocking the upper dantian. So this is about you navigating life on earth as your higher self would, right? Being your higher self in physical form. And again, this is just absolutely wonderful. I do want to open up with these energies because, again, it is being activated. And if you guys are interested, there is a discount code in the description box down below, 𝓲𝓪𝓬𝓪20. If you are looking for a hookup, again, they are a very, very, very beautiful family-owned business who handcraft these beautiful gemstones. And you can choose them individually and kind of layer them how you want, or they do have different collections as well out during this time. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into how you got here, right? So I have a lot to decode. We're going to start from the beginning. So the universe is speaking to you through everything around you, especially when it comes to taking certain action right now. And if you think about 555, 5 is linked to Leo energy, right? 5 is also linked to the 5th house. So this could be about, I'm hearing, a creative risk that you're taking because it is a house of taking chances. It doesn't have to be for all of you, but it could be self-employment, it could be entrepreneurship, but it also is a house of co-creation. I was supposed to say procreation, but with co-creation, this could be about you co-creating the most abundant life on earth. As you co-create with your higher self. And this is about connecting to amethyst, a version of yourself that's existing, right? A fractal at a higher level of understanding that can foresee the full landscape of space and time and is guiding you gently towards your chosen destination. And this destination is, I'm hearing, a destined outcome that you wanted to experience when it comes to your life on earth, and you've come back into alignment with that. I'm hearing sudden trajectory. So this is a sudden trajectory, and it's so true because the energy that I was seeing was that your guides have basically activated a mission for you during this time called Project Disrupt. Okay, that was the first message that came through at the airport on the way here. Project Disrupt. If you think about that, it's Iranian energy. So this is about sudden pivots that are happening out of the blue, especially from the outside perspective. It could feel like you're making sudden, pivots. It's almost like there is a plot twist happening in your life right now, and it's because you're finally feeling safe again. It's like you've connected with citrine, everything that you need to be successful, and it is within you. I'm also seeing with Pachamama, like the Queen of Coins energy, so she has trading or negotiation skills. Like if there's a will, there is a way. She will find a way to see through a very specific intention, right, that she wants to be able to experience in a very tangible physical way. And that's like the geomancer, right? She is reminiscent of the all-seeing eye. So that brings us back to the higher self interaction and this intercommunication that's happening with your plasma origins, right? With your cosmic origins, with the soul within, and you being guided by an aspect of yourself that is in essence more non-physical, right? And is not tied to the illusion of limits that is subject to this universe because you originate from far beyond this universe, and you're bringing and anchoring in those higher levels of awareness, right, interdimensional awareness, and you're anchoring that and implementing it and integrating it in the way that I'm hearing you maneuver through life. So I'm seeing, like, again, like the flow of water. This is how you're kind of maneuvering through this experience. Anyway, 555, right? Let's go ahead and continue. As you can see, there's like a lot going on right now. Okay, so the next thing that I saw was a Project Disrupt, right? So right at the airport, Uranus energy. This is about a point basically of destabilization. Okay, that's happening in your life, but it becomes your biggest catalyst of transformation. So there could be destable, what's that called? Like unstable energy, right? Where I'm seeing like the breaking of an old paradigm, right? And the dissolving of an old paradigm. Hold on, guys. Let me make sure that we're in frame. Okay, then the next message was that there was someone in front of me in the queue, right? So you're checking into Project Disrupt, okay? You're checking into this next level of destabilization. And I saw in front of me in the queue a tattoo. Tattoos in the metaphysical realm represent something that's left a lasting impression when it comes to your life on earth, but it's something that's etched into your soul. And the first message was in Latin, and it's called 𝓤𝓪𝓬𝓪𝓬. And what that basically means is to fear or to be afraid. And it tells you not to do something. So this is about you not being afraid when it comes to 555, stepping outside of your comfort zone. And this is literally about you taking flight in a new direction. And this is very suddenly. Again, this happens very, very abruptly. And some of you, it is the decision itself or the action itself. I'm hearing that breaks you out of an old mold and instantaneously breaks you out of an old paradigm, okay? Because I'm hearing, again, you're no longer in resonance with the version of yourself, okay, that would have chosen an inaction instead of an action, okay? And I'm hearing that's the split of timelines. That's the choice point that's led you here. And on his other arm, he had something called 𝓪𝓭𝓪𝓷𝓬. 𝓪𝓭𝓪𝓷 is in French, and it basically means like soul sister. It can also be translated to almost like a soul mate, okay? So it does represent a true match or a destined companion, or just being in alignment with, again, the soul, right? When we talk about 𝓪𝓭𝓪, it's like the feminine. So it's soul aligned action that you're being guided to take. And even though there could be fear that you're feeling within this physical vessel that you've incarnated into, right, this carbon-based life form, this alpha third dimensional vessel, you're still acting even in the presence of that fear. And because of that, you're becoming greater than your emotions, you're becoming greater than your mind, and you're becoming greater than the physical, okay? And I'm hearing that's how you transcend this matrix. That's how you literally become the glitch within it. So yeah, this is about a soul bond, also like destined alignment. And with Uranian energy, this isn't random. It's something that shakes you quite literally into alignment. And it leads you in resonance towards something new, okay? Resonant action, okay, that you're taking. Now, the next scene, oh my gosh, I love this. So the next scene I saw was basically this thing called 𝓩𝓪𝓚, and 𝓩𝓩𝓚 is, translates into Neptune, okay? So let me just go ahead and break this down, especially if you're new here and you have found yourself here. What an interesting time. But as you know, I decode messages in the astral realm, right? But across all dimensions. The third dimension is also a dream landscape, and you can also decode messages through here. So the intention of transversing through these different, I'm hearing metaphysical planes is actually something that I do, encourage you to do. And yeah, this is like a huge example. So the intention is to pick up collective energy and gemstones, right? And actually, before we get into this part, I was speaking to one of you about it. Let me go ahead and pull up our chat, Olivia. And she was basically, I posted at the airport a water bottle. And it basically had a Spanish label on it. And I was dropping like little hints and gems that, I'm on the move. But I wasn't really disclosing where. Even now, I haven't introduced it yet, but some of you may be able to recognize it. However, she was like, I forget that sometimes you're a human who drinks water and goes on planes and stuff. And I was like, I love that, but we're all moving through this, human experience, integrating third dimensional, responsibilities and duties, right, and activities that you're going through. So this could be something that you feel like, again, you're moving through. And she was like, I know you sneak off to the 7D when we're all asleep. And if you think about the 7D, it's the 7 densities, and the 7 being, right, amethyst, the crown chakra, your higher self. And that's about seeing life on earth through your interconnectedness to all things, seeing that you are the universe speaking to itself, and you are not just dreaming this experience into being, but you're actively living in this third dimensional dream. And once you, again, have that come back into your awareness and you're conscious of that, you begin to see messages in everything. Okay, so that's the energy. And yeah, and I was saying, you know, it takes one to know one. You can still roam this third dimensional experience with the lenses of your higher self to interpret what's going on, right? So again, applying higher dimensional levels of awareness into this third dimensional gameplay experience. And that leads to you becoming the glitch, because you're operating, I'm hearing, in a higher bandwidth or frequency light. And because of that, you can attune into seeing life on earth through the lens of the soul, right? So yeah, that's super, super interesting as well. I thought I'd just mention that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get back into it. So the runway is lit up for you. That's the message that's coming through. The runway is lit up for you. And I heard that voice as I was basically taking off. But before that, there was a lounge called Neptuno, right? Neptune energy. And in Spain, this was my drop off point, right? Because I was getting connection flights. In Spain, I'm aware of this. There's a network called Movistar, and it's spelled MOVI star, right? And if you think about Movistar, I'm also hearing like, oh, she want to be a movie star, a movie star. I think it's like she takes pics with the camera, something about being popular. But I'm hearing you're popular across all realms right now, across all densities. And I'm hearing you're moving through the 7 densities. So this is you moving through the 7 gates very, very freely. And if you think about the first gate, you've overcome fear. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. The gate is about the illusion of limitations. You've overcome fear. I'm also seeing the sacral chakra. So if you think about that, that's like you also being able to overcome any doubt, okay, that you've had, or any insecurity that you've had in regards to trusting your intuition, and you're moving forward more confident. So I feel like you're able to, again, heart space, have more compassion for yourself. And with the throat chakra, you're living more authentically as a result of that. And you can also see this experience more clearly with the third eye. And you're trusting where it is that you are guiding yourself. Okay, or how you're being guided through this experience. Anyway, so Movistar network, right? That's a network. If you've been to Spain, then you know, like, that's like the common kind of network that you'll get connected to there. Anyway, if you think about Neptuno energy, it is the Roman god of the sea, okay? Or also not just the sea, but also the unseen. So this is something that you're connected to. And I was thinking about it in regards to how much of the ocean has been unexplored, right? Literally the majority of it. I think it's like 95 to 97% of the ocean on Earth is unexplored. And this is about an infinite sea of possibilities, right? Infinite timelines that you have yet to experience. And it just represents fluidity, right? And the lounge is almost like something that's methodical, also a celestial name that invokes this level of like luxury. I feel like you're going to be expanding into more, I'm hearing luxurious timelines. And when I think about that, I think about quality rather than quantity. So there could be something like, again, with 5, oh my gosh, this is a life path 5. Okay, I'm not going to apologize because there's so much coming through right now, but I'm trying to filter this, so I hope that you can follow along. This is just so much channeling that's coming through. But with 5, life path 5 is all about multiple projects that you're taking on at once. You could be having a personal year 5, you could also be a life path 5, but to the outside world, it looks like this is just something that you're kind of, again, flowing along like the Pacarina in regards to, right? Like you're flowing along the water source, and it looks like you're just, you know, calm, cool, and collected. But underneath the water, right, and what's unseen to the outside world, and they're showing me a very specific card in the Cosmos Oracle message. We'll go ahead and talk about it after. You actually are kicking your feet just to stay afloat. So you are, I'm hearing, not just eligible, you are well equipped, okay, to be able to handle and navigate multiple changes, okay, that are happening very, very rapidly in your reality. Okay, that's what Life Path 5 is really all about. And they are the kid that begins to say at first, oh my God, the world is so big. And they can be a little bit overwhelmed by it, right? Initially, you can feel like you've been bracing for this change. However, there's also this paradigm shift that happens, right? And the paradigm shift is witnessing, I'm hearing how a new world is opening up for you because you've entered into a new realm within yourself. And the paradigm shift is, oh my God, the world is so big and it is my oyster. And I feel like you're just navigating. I'm hearing this next like level with a different um energy with gusto, you know, that's what I'm seeing. Anyway, it does represent, this is like where timelines blur with Neptune energy, right? Where worlds begin to collide. And if you think about Saturn, that's doing its dance back into Pisces right now, the veil between realms is very, very thin. So I feel like, you know, water is also about, you know, Pachamama bringing in, right? Mother Earth bringing in a connection to your intuition during this time, right? Just being in tune with the rhythms of the earth, the rhythm of your soul, right? Within you that's dancing to, I'm hearing the dance of transformation and change, right? It's like you're doing this dance of transformation and change in your life. And yeah, it's fitting because you're traveling between worlds, not just physically, but also metaphysically right now. And movie star network is about a movie star, right? We think about the star card. You're moving towards your internal wishes and desires being reciprocated in the external realm. And this could be about future wishes, goals. And it's almost like an astro sync as well, where you're feeling connected to source no matter where you roam, no matter where you are finding safety with them. And because of that, you're grounded amongst the changes, okay, that are happening externally. And also the changes that you're witnessing happen within you right now, okay? And I'm seeing a roaming, like you're switching on your roaming. So yeah, there could be something about a wider connection that you're opening up to right now. I'm also seeing a guides, also other plasma life forms that are crossing between this world and also a counterpart Earth. And could be interacting with you in your third dimensional experience. And this could come through like very physical manifestations or forms or guides where there's stellar networks that you're being guided to come into alignment with. And this is about certain well-aligned collisions as well, being at the same time and space, the same space and time, where an opportunity meets you on your path. Okay, I'm also hearing like a person meets you on your path, but I'm seeing carrying a key, and the key in the tea leaf message is about a successful outcome to any problems that you've been going through. Okay, now the next scene I saw was on the plane. There was a girl, a backpacker, and she had this Smurf keychain, and it was like this lucky charm on her backpack. And if you think about Smurfs, I've done a reading on this before, but they are blue, right? Which is the throat chakra. It's about authenticity, blending your most multi-dimensional otherworldly aspects and integrating that, and I'm hearing expressing it and demonstrating it in this realm with their level of fluidity. And yeah, it also just represents something that happens once in a blue moon. If you think about what happened in the Smurfs movie, they were connected to Pachamama, right? The Pacarina is like the waterfall, this origin point that actually is a portal when it comes to opening up into new domains. And I'm seeing like a new database of literally experiences that open up for you, this one database, right? With many different domains, and I'm seeing you literally walk into a new domain, it being a portal within itself. And I'm seeing this as the throat chakra being its own stargate. Okay, and if you think about, yeah, okay, we're not going to get into that, but it's a form of interstellar travel, right? And they had crossed over into New York City. Okay, they had crossed over into the city, which is a skyline, which is a world of opportunities, basically. But we're not going to get into that. It's a whole nother rabbit hole. I've done a reading on this before, but again, the Smurfs energy happens once in a blue moon. It was an energy about a blue moon. And if you think about rare orchestrated events, there also is that happening when it comes to this universe during this time within our solar system. We do have the new moon in Virgo, as well as the solar eclipse in Virgo, right? That is incoming in the month of September. And this is going to alter the trajectory of your life for the next 6 months onwards, right? I'm hearing this is a major arcana event happening for you. But yeah, you're connected to this movie portal through the waterfall. So this is about rare energetic openings, and then also, one-time alignments where you have the opportunity to step into another realm through the act of play, fifth house energy, right? And being able to trust your, I'm hearing soul and the way that it chooses to play in this realm. And then also, I landed at 555, right? 555 was the landing time. Where did we land? Right now, we are actually in Peru. And right now, we're in the Sacred Valley. So this is near Pisac. And yeah, 555 is about rapid changes, freedom, stepping outside your comfort zone, and the adventure of new pathways that are opening up for you. And it's around a disruption is complete in your life. It's almost like I'm hearing say goodbye to the old, and the flight is not just literal, but it is vibrational. Okay, this is about a shift into a new timeline, and it's confirmed at the moment of your landing. So I feel like you're about to land something perfectly. I'm hearing also land somewhere perfectly. I'm hearing this is the way you literally find yourself in a new reality. Some of you, I'm hearing it's a job. Some of you, I'm hearing it's like a partnership, but I feel like it's a relationship that you have to something, or the relationship that you have to yourself. All right. And yeah, Uranus shook the ground. Neptune energy dissolved the boundaries between realms, where you can, I'm hearing, actually, what's the word? Kind of streamline currents of information that are guiding your earthly journey. And this is where dreams can manifest into tangible outcomes like no other. So this is an entry into a new dimension, right? Where new stories get to play out. And it's not just, again, travel, but it is about traveling into a new version of self. And I feel like that's where you found yourself. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and pull some messages. And yeah, I definitely want to, guys, we have so much that's about to happen, right? We have so much that's about to happen. I do want to take a look at, okay, we have these, da, da, da. Right, let's take a look at this first. I want to take a look at a Cosmos Oracle message. We have the star here at the top, right? A movie star energy. Oh, selective shield and eclipse. I'm telling you, this is being activated because of the eclipses. Now, the eclipses, and we have Big Bang. This is not just a small shift, right? This is about the birth of a new universe. And if you think about Big Bangs, what happens? It births, universal physical laws. Okay, physical laws that are tied and subject to that universe. And it almost is as if you're transcending. Okay, I'm hearing like any belief systems which are I'm hearing like gravity. Okay, I'm hearing it being translated into gravity, things that weigh you down. And this is about where your belief systems have previously weighed you down. And there is a birth of a new universe inside of you. Okay, with a new set, I'm hearing a subset of new physical laws. Okay, that you're now navigating this experience according to. And I'm hearing that is no belief systems anymore. You're coming back to your fluid nature, which is about being a limitless being full of infinite potential that is able to demonstrate that in this realm. And I'm hearing that infinite potential bleeds into anything that you do. I'm also seeing that infinite potential bleed into every step that you take with intention. Okay. Now, with the eclipses and selective shield, again, there is a huge release that's happening during this time. So this is about maybe certain things that have been previously blocking you from taking certain action, things that are no longer, I'm hearing, penetrating your field. Okay, they're no longer affecting you. Okay, in the way that they once were. Sorry, guys, I'm seeing this bird, this very specific bird. Okay, this is a message. This bird has been coming literally to, it's probably thinking, girl, you're sitting in my spot. It's kept coming to like knock at the window literally every day, like multiple times a day. And I was like looking up what the breed was, right? Just, decode what the message was for that very specific breed. I'm going to find it. And these are common in Andes and where I am now, right, in Peru. And the message that I got for them is that they're known to be bold and often perch near houses, just like here, right, in the balcony. And anyway, it kept coming. If you guys follow me on Instagram, then like I posted a photo of it literally sitting right here, and it's like looking me dead in the eye. So yeah, it's there's been this intercommunication that's been happening, but it's a messenger of renewal, right? Thrushes are singers, and their song has been linked to renewal and the turning of cycles. And this is what I mean. It's like you're turning into a new cycle within yourself. And if you think about time being a spherical model and you being a timeless being, it's almost as if you're turning back into your eternal essence, and you're realizing how you are the timeless consciousness, not just the physical vessel, but you are the timeless consciousness that has inhabited this physical vessel. And I'm hearing this is just one of many, and each one has been encoded with, I'm hearing not just, again, certain ancestral kind of belief systems, but also the skills necessary to transcend and alchemize those belief systems, all right? And these are about, very specific thought forms that have been reinforced generationally that I'm hearing alchemizing during this time. You're breaking free, you're seeing them from a different perspective, and that's opening up a point of divergence. So I'm seeing you actually become a portal where your ancestors begin to ascend through your own ascension journey, which is about ascended ways of thinking about your life on earth, ascended ways of feeling about your life on earth, right? Relating to your journey on earth emotionally from a different vibration, right? And then that basically leads to you being in resonance with ascended timelines. That's what I'm seeing, right? Or timelines that are in alignment with the highest expression of yourself, right? So anyway, that was the message. Let me go ahead and continue. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just getting a notification. Thrushes also symbolize encountering a liminal space, almost like being in between a corridor where there is a new cycle that you're about to shift into. And it does represent almost like a guardian, okay? So this is about you being walked to the end of a cycle and entering into a new time within yourself. And again, with it being the spherical model, it's like you can look back at certain situations that you've been in and understand the purpose that they've served when it comes to shaping, I'm hearing, your soul and the etheric growth into the version of yourself that you remember as of today. So there could be something about today being really, really significant for you. But yeah, this is about standing between worlds, being in a transition, one foot in the familiar and also one foot in the unknown. And it does amplify the meaning of kind of being the spine of the world. This is like a cosmic access point that you found yourself in. And again, voice and expression. They have this bright orange beak, but they're also these black birds, which is like almost citrine and tourmaline energy. But yeah, this is where your voice also carries like a healing frequency because they have the most beautiful sound. And I'm hearing anything that you begin to express yourself in, okay, or towards, will bounce back almost as if this thing is singing back to you. That's what I'm seeing. So there's definitely this beautiful dance that's going on right now. I'm hearing even like a trance state, but I'm seeing like a very specific rhythm, okay, that you're moving to. It's very much in resonance with the fluidity of your soul, okay? So yeah, it's very, very beautiful. This is about tools for navigation. And also with the shamanic meaning, it basically talks about an invitation from the mountains themselves, right? Or the mountain spirit. So yeah, I feel like you're coming back into, I'm hearing coming back into alignment with your true nature, okay? That's the energy. So yeah, it's very, very beautiful. It does represent some kind of passage. And this talks about gatekeepers with the eclipse and selective shield, where there are certain things that are just no longer penetrating you. Things that used to trip over are things that you're now walking over, and you're picking up the pieces, not just for yourself, but for those who have come before you. That's the energy that I'm seeing right now. And I'm seeing you kind of organize what stays, what goes, right? Maybe something that was once true for you no longer is. I feel like you're just outgrowing certain outdated ways of thinking, right? So let's talk about eclipse. I don't know if you guys can see there, but there's like balls, like 2 big balls. So this is like Taurus energy. There could be something that you're charging towards or something that you're fixated on. Right, let's talk about eclipse. So shadow to light. One body covers the other totally or partially. This talks about the light from one celestial body is blocked by the eclipsing body, which causes it to be temporarily obscured due to the interposition done by the other. And again, I'm telling you, right, this collection is literally the eclipse collection. And with the eclipses, selective shield, there are certain things that you're releasing, there are certain things that you're making room for. So the word of eclipse talks about the disappearance or decrease, and basically the message in a whole is about checking who or what is blocking your light and being able to return to a place where you can be totally visible and shine bright like a diamond. And that's exactly what's going on. It's almost like the shadow is the doubts. The shadow is the inability to trust oneself, and you're cultivating more self-trust as you move through this next cycle. And that's just a beautiful place to be. I feel like you found yourself in a beautiful place. It's almost like you've entered into a new space within yourself, and the ability that you have to hold space for yourself is allowing you to integrate everything that's led you to this point in time and space. And I'm hearing that's creating new space for new things, okay? You're able to hold space for yourself and your own fear as you move through this next cycle, okay? And I'm hearing event that is drawing near. So with sacrifice etymology, right? In etymology, to sacrifice is to make sacred again. And I feel like you've sacrificed maybe belief systems that you had inherited or adopted that, again, subject or bound to this matrix. And I'm hearing you're playing the game very, very differently. I'm seeing somebody like throw up. Maybe this is something internally that you kind of ingested, right? And it is something that you no longer want to continue to try to digest. I'm seeing like your body literally reject. I'm seeing more than your body, like your soul, right? Reject. Certain things that I don't want to say insult the journey, but are just no longer in alignment with your highest possible expression. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It's like you're literally rejecting certain things that you had once clung on to, okay? I'm hearing that's your body telling you it's time to release, it's time to let go, okay? And it's time to move with this next flow, right? This is about the river of change that is inevitable. So, yeah. Anything else? Let me think. Anything else? We'll pull a theme right now going on in your life, and then I'm gonna love and leave you right there. This is just the intro, that we're just getting started. This is just the beginning. This is about the change. Tell me about the theme. Okay, Project Disrupt, Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is literally about a decision that you're having to make, and it could feel, again, overwhelming, because, again, this is about a selection of timelines. The one warning with this card is to avoid choosing something because it would be instantly gratifying. There's something around not rushing the process and also not settling. Okay, and also avoid choosing something that is familiar if you know it leaves you wanting more. Something that is familiar but also unfulfilling. That is a choice that you can choose to reinforce. I'm hearing that's a reality that you can choose to remain in. Or you can choose something that you haven't done before. And with Two of Swords, there could be about something around a very important choice point and being conscious in regards to why you're choosing something. Even if you are choosing the familiar, right? Even if you're choosing the familiar right now, being conscious in regards to, okay, I'm going to choose the familiar because I'm scared or I'm fearful, and that fear is guiding my life. My unconscious fear is guiding my life, and I'm just going to call that fate. And I'm hearing even if you try to avoid this, let's just say, intention that you had before in this incarnation, it will find its way on your path again and again and again. And that's why I'm seeing Project Disrupt be your guides are enforcing Project Disrupt in your life. Destabilization, where the path begins to crumble. Okay, let's see. What is this then? Do not fear, do not be afraid. Amisav, trust yourself, right? Six of Coins, something that you want to give in. This is literally about kind of cause and effect in that way. Six of Coins is about something that you're giving to, and also that having an effect on your life, right? So this could be something new that you're choosing to give to, and also something the universe wants to hand you. It's saying, hey, this thing is waiting for you on this timeline, but again, you're only eligible for it if you take this action. Five of Wands, right? This could be about it may not be easy, right? This can be about an internal kind of struggle where you're realizing life is too short to spend another day at war with yourself. And when I say that, life is too short, I'm hearing to try to negotiate with that fearful aspect of yourself, okay, with the voice of fear. This is about you rising above the chattering mind because that's not your true self. Your true self is the one observing those thoughts. You're not the thoughts, you're experiencing them through the vessel. But you're not that. Same thing with the emotion. You're able to observe the emotions. Right. What does that need to? Four of Swords coming up reversed as well. So Four of Swords is about healing and also the red threads of fate, right? This talks about a Chinese proverb which says that we are destined to meet people, situations, experiences that have been tied together since the beginning of time, despite, how many times the rope may tangle, the red thread may tangle, no matter how far, how near. This is about you being brought back into alignment with what you had intended to experience in this life. And after a moment of introspection, going within, possibly even solitude, you're going to be called out of this almost like hermit phase. And this is somebody showing up in the world in a whole new way. This also leads to a Five of Swords energy. So it is about kind of calling your power back, calling back your awareness that has been scattered in timelines that are connected with fractals of yourself that have doubted themselves, are connected with fractals or experiences of the past, let's say, where you had almost like abandoned the souls. I'm hearing gentle suggestions and guidance, and you're now honoring that voice or you're being called to. That's what this is. I'm hearing infinite potential is guiding your life on earth, no longer fear. So, with that being said, there's an update going on within you. Something new that is drawing near. Yeah. Corbin. Something new is drawing near. With that being said, I'm gonna love an Evie right there. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing. We'd love to have you around. Personal reading details are also down below. There will be a waiting list in October, though, for those of you interested. And yes, what else was I going to say? Yeah, also check out Water Spirit if you guys, again, are looking for some high quality AA grade jewelry. They're a beautiful small family owned business that handcraft these beautiful selections. There's a plethora of them to be able to choose from. Definitely highly recommend. And yeah, I'll speak to you very, very soon. We have a lot, okay? We'll do like a catch up session, but we have a lot that is going to be going on and unfolding. So I'm super looking forward to seeing how this all unfolds. Through space and time in a linear fashion. And yeah, it's going to be a beautiful journey. And I'm going to definitely be bringing you along for the ride. So until next time, bye.